Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for tuning in. As always, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell button, all that kind of good stuff if you're over there on Twitch. Please do give us a follow. It's Monday, so that means ZRacing, as is tradition. And today we are racing RGV, I believe. Please do give us. So that should be a fun time. Hey, noise canceling headphone. What's going on? So, not massive climbing today. The big thing to contend with will be the aqueduct. As is tradition, we're just warming up on Tempest Fugit, doing stuff and things. Saw there's some new changes to one of the mods for Sauce. Let me actually switch things up a little bit. Kind of like one of the things that they added. So maybe in the coming days I'll mess around with that. And so we're just kind of noodling here, waking up the legs. We did the podcaster race on Saturday. But we went out for a ride prior to that with Way Past Fast and put in about 80K before the race. We just did one lap, helped things out, did our little death pull, that was about it. That was about the excitement of it. But a good event for a good cause. Lots of good people. Great to see everybody in the community out there riding and racing and streaming and all that kind of good stuff. If you want to watch it, ZMS Sports Studios is the place to kind of go watch the replay. They had the main feed. I actually didn't stream at all in the sense that I figured if somebody wanted to watch, that the place to go watch it would be the live broadcast. So, like I said, fun event. Next time, I mean, if it happens this time of year, chances are next year we won't be as lucky as we are. We're still, I can still see my grass. It's crazy because, like I said, we had that one big snowstorm. I figured that was it till the spring. And then, lo and behold, that wasn't the case. So, managed to get out. It's cold though. I think the majority of our ride was about between -5 and -2 degrees Celsius. So, not what I would call warm by any stretch. But for me, other than my toes, it was pretty good. This time of season and early season, I ride the gravel bike, and I always rode road pedals for the longest time, and then Asioma came out with those power meter pedals, so I switched to those, and unbeknownst to me that when I made that switch, that my toe covers wouldn't be compatible with my mountain bike / gravel / whatever you want to call them, shoes, cross shoes. The hole in the bottom just doesn't align with the cleats. So I put them on, I just wouldn't be able to clip in. So it kind of defeats the purpose. Had to ride without them. That wasn't fun. Gravel shoes are a bit better than my road shoes anyways. My road shoes pretty ventilated. gravel shoes are pretty closed-toed for obvious reasons. And we'll see what's going on here. Hello, I'm streaming. Hi. Yeah, what's up?
I just wanted to know if I found something at the mall that I would like for a Christmas present.
Yeah,
And should I just go ahead and buy it and then you can just give me the money back?
I guess.
And then wrap it?
I guess.
Or no? You don't want to do that?
Well, how much? Okay, okay. All right, bye. Thanks, George. That's just the wife spending money. Appreciate the well wishes. It's funny, you can stream at the same time every time. And people always fail to realize what you're doing and seem surprised when you tell them what you're doing. I mean, it should be no surprise for the wife because she's lived with this YouTube thing for a very, very long time. Bedtime for you. Yeah, I imagine you guys are back to being midnight over there, George, when the stream pops up, because it was time change here last week. You bet, ZMS. That is 100% it. I was just talking about your stream the other day and the podcaster battle, and that it was good. I didn't stream it. As long as it's not the girlfriend calling while the wife is watching the stream, all good. This is true. This is true. Not that I have that problem. And to be honest, I don't know how people manage that kind of thing. It's all the power to them, but that's way too much. Way too much work. Way too much work. But ZMS, yeah, I was just saying that it was a great race, fun to watch. I watched it while I raced it. I did 80K with Ryan from Bicky, my former Specialized teammate, prior to jumping on the bike. In fact, it was like, finish that ride, jump on the bike here, jump in the race. Next time I won't pre-cook myself. But it was good. It was fun to watch. I enjoyed it. I didn't stream it. I just watched it. I figured that if people were looking to watch the podcaster battle, that it would be best to watch it at the source, which would be, of course, you guys over at ZMS Esports. So, but fun time. I know there's a lot of guys streaming, a lot of guys in the Discord. It was, I think it was really well put together. I think everybody had a good time. Take her easy, George. And at the end of the day, I think it was a success in those regards. I think everybody came out with a very positive thing. And the beauty of it is like you had the racing and then you had people actually on stream that were riding at the same time. You get to see the rider's pain face versus just an icon. I don't know what other event I'm talking about, but I know a lot of us watched it. But good times. All right, we got like, I'm on early. Yeah, that's why the wife called. Got like 29 minutes before the start. I will jump off here and do a quick stretch off camera. In about 10 minutes, we're just going to keep the legs moving, roll slowly around Tempest Fugit. Exactly, and shows how easy it can be. Oh yeah, it's You know, I don't know if it's easy, or it's just, you know, I wouldn't sell yourself short if that's what you're suggesting. It's understanding what you're broadcasting, I think, a lot of the time, and what people want to see. It's and that kind of knowledge, you know, comes with experience and time and all that kind of good stuff. I know that, you know, my whoosh is thrown a lot of money sort of at this whole experience, which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing, but I think they've got a lot of learning to do. And sometimes when you've got money and executives and all that kind of good stuff, you don't necessarily get the best product right out the hop. It's easy for weeks of prep and years of experience. I think they just chose the wrong company. Yeah, it's that. I mean, my forte is music, and the music industry. I've, you know, produced music videos, directed music videos, art director music videos, blah blah blah. Sometimes when you're dealing with things like that, you can get pushed in a direction that you really don't want to go, and you'll kind of, you know, tactfully say like, hey, you know, these are some things to consider. I know in my own experience, I've had to do reshoots because people that were footing the bills probably got a little too involved and wanted to do it their way, which we ended up doing, and then we ended up reshooting my way. So it's just how those things kind of go sometimes, I think. That level of budget, it should be right, especially when they stated they were going to, you know, the opposite of what they ended up doing. Well, if they had come out and stated they were going to do something different, then that's a whole different ball game, for sure. You know, that's not a good thing. But I mean, the arena looked good. They had the monitors up front, people's names. I was really kind of surprised not to see. I figured the opportunity would be there. As much like you can see me and see what my avatar is doing on screen, that they would have that for each individual rider in front of them to kind of, you know, have that physical thing for the audience was there. I don't know how big the audience was there or if there was much of an audience, but it would have been interesting. It happens lots in esports, lots of wasted money not getting it right. Yeah, I mean, in a lot of ways, I mean, there's a ton of experience with streaming and getting things done on an individual basis. The esports thing, I know that here, they now have one of the universities where I'm located. Well, it's not a university, it's a college. But they have built that stream area, that kind of where you have the stage and you have the gamers and all that kind of stuff, and they have it all built so they can directly do events there to train up students to work in that industry. So it'll be interesting to see how things, and that's just a relatively new development here. It's not really open as far as I know for public use yet, but I'm sure there will come a time where they'll be running stuff out of there, having students do events hands-on, and I mean, it's a good thing, and as people get into those systems a lot more, it'll just continue to expand and expand. So arena stuff they built up was spectacular. They had a camera on each rider, but it was built for the arena audience. Yeah, and you think that they would just hardwire that in. Like I said, I know with concerts and stuff, like a lot of shows we've got, will be wired directly into the soundboard for audio, for video that is later used, as well as, a lot of the cam systems will be, hardwired right into that, into a controller with a director and so on and so forth. It's, it's live event video. It's not new in a lot of ways. In some ways it is. I think the live stream, live performance, live aspect of it is the thing. Like I said, with music, generally speaking, a lot of that stuff is done later. I mean, a lot of the imagery is used in-house during the show, for things like jumbotrons and big screens for people in the audience. However, a lot of that stuff is also recorded and kept and utilized and, will be used years after for greatest hit things or tours, or they'll even put, concert compilations together. Really depends on the band. The Riot Games broadcast, 7 million views. Huge O2 Arena in London had a setup like mine with just a few screens. Modern Warhead had about 40 screens and 30 people. Wow. Yeah, it's, that's the thing. These things could get really, really, really massive. You had the added difficulty is when it's all remote, people remoting in, it becomes a different thing as well. You have to deal with bandwidth and so on and so forth. Whereas when it's all a live feed directly to, sort of a central edit / director / control board, it becomes a huge different thing. But it's, and then one stream out. But yeah, it's, the fact that it's happening and the fact that you guys do it and the fact that other people are starting to do it, I think is a really good thing. It's entertaining nonetheless. At the end of the day, things will only get better, whether it be how it's set up, how the feeds are done, so on and so forth. I've never really kind of delved into how the feeds work for Zwift or anything along that beyond my own stream, but I imagine you can really start getting technical as you get in there, kind of thing. So it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting how it all sort of evolves. All right, we got 20 minutes here. I'm just going to jump off the bike for 1 second, stretch things out. My old piriformis and back never likes a shock to the system kind of thing. So I always like to give it a little bit of a stretch. See, I need a stretch cam is what I need. I do have another cam, but I don't have it set up, and the area that I stretch in is just behind the green screen and is basically pitch black in here otherwise if I don't have the other lights on. It includes my workout area. It includes the cold plunge area as well. So nice little setup. I'm not going to complain. Although my dog, if you can hear him, complains all the time about it. All right. That feels a bit better. Let's get things moving. So this Wednesday's video, for those of you who do stream, live stream, event stream, all that kind of stuff, I do have the elevation maps. Kind of will officially announce that on Wednesday on how people can get their hands on the ones that I've created so far. I think I've created 5 or 6 so far. I've got RGV, I've got Maya San Remo, we've got TikTok, we've got Turf and Surf, and the Metropolis, I think, is the third one, which is that New York map that isn't seldom used. And we're working on the others. I've got a period of time here where I'll be a couple weeks that I won't be streaming because I've got some things to do. We're going to go work on a documentary for a little bit, for a couple weeks anyways, so that'll be the focus during those couple weeks. Pretty excited about that. For those of you who've been long watchers of the channel will know that I think we released the funding trailer like 4 years ago. And we were filming actively, and then COVID struck, and then that caused us a bunch of problems, and I had been looking for funding and such and opportunities and blah, so on and so forth. I managed to part with some gear, and I'm going to self-fund a little bit more of this and just kind of continue to work on it as a passion project. So it'll be good times. It'll be good times. Forgot to check. Okay, bot is running, which is good. We're nice, slow and slow. It's going to be, I think there's going to be just me in the race today, other than maybe some of the regulars that race in that regular time slot. I think Miguel is doing FRR and just finishing up that, so he will like I said, that phone just goes and goes. So I don't think he's racing today. He might be in the chat a little bit later. I'll be doing a TTT on Thursday. I don't know if I'll stream that or not. That'll be up to everybody whether they want to see it. We'll just kind of see how it goes. I do have to look about hooking in the Discord. I ran Discord for the podcaster battle on the computer. Normally I run it on the phone, and then I wear headphones and have them totally disconnected. I ran it through the computer. I just paused the audio because, you know, didn't want to be intrusive in any way, shape, or form. But I've got to get that hooked into the stream, and I might look into doing that in the next couple days. And like I mentioned earlier, Sauce has got a new update for the athletes. So whoever is close by, they've changed one of them. I use a vertical one. They have a horizontal one with the groups, with the riders. And I have that. It's kind of a square version, and it'll show you the group numbers, how many people in the group, where they are, what their wattage is, so on and so forth. Hey, Easy. Oh, nice. Awesome. And we got Easy in here, so that's cool. We'll keep an eye out for you on the course. Peter ran this course earlier, pulling off a victory. So that's good to see. Hopefully ours, looking at his power graph, it looked pretty, other than the aqueduct, which is normally the spot where people will come out and attack. Hey, Norwegian Watts, good to see you. Nicely done in the podcaster battle there. It should be fun. Let's see. So today we got RGV, and we got 24 kilometers, 133 meters of elevation. It's a little rolly until you hit the aqueduct. That's kind of where everybody's gonna throw on the power. Then you got the Blues sprint, and then you hit the rollers at the end, and then finally it's the Marina sprint. Generally speaking, it's selection will be made at the aqueduct, and then basically when the route is done, you know, there might be a few people that fall off depending on how it goes. We'll see. Hopefully we're in there. We're going with Avenge with a disc wheel. Thanks, CMS. How did I do that? I do all the motion graphics myself. Video on Wednesday. I will be, spoiler, I will be making over time, because I can't just generate these super fast, I guess, in a sense. I think I've got, like I said, RGV, I've got Maya San Remo, I have TikTok, I have Surf and Turf, and the Metropolis course, because those are the first three in the ZRL. Plan is hopefully before I have to go off and do this film stuff is that I'll have all the ZRL stuff done. So people will have them. But video on Wednesday will explain in fine fashion how to come about those. We're going to make them available for people to use and abuse, both basically through YouTube members here as well as over on Patreon for basically pennies. But ultimately what will end up happening is, thanks Norwegian Watts, is it will be made into a plugin for Final Cut. And then when it goes into that, it'll just be a matter of, for those of you who use Final Cut to produce anything, it will just be a matter of twitching sliders and clicking things to change colors, duration, fonts, you name it, general sizing, all that kind of good stuff. I think on the Patreon one I have it set up where it's transparent. I think on the other one, because of size limitations, they're just a black background. But like I said, it's a work in progress. You know, it'll be there for people to use and abuse that really want to do it. But the whole plan is to get all 169 routes and you know, get them out there, kind of thing. Like I said, that's Wednesday's video, so mark it on your calendar. It comes out 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. It'll explain in a little more eloquent detail exactly what's going on. All right, we got like 8:42 before we start off here. Just going to join the pen. Once I get that all sorted. I don't care who you are, but you can never have enough monitors in this world. I swear to God. All right, how many we got? We got 17 in the pen. I imagine there will be, we got what, 7 minutes? We're probably looking in the 30s. Thanks, Lee, appreciate it. Like I said, we've gone Venge with disc wheel. The selection point here is going to be the Aqueduct. Hopefully we're still in it for a sprint finish is kind of how it is. Agree with the monitors. I have 6+5 touch screens. Oh geez. Oh my God. I only have the 2. And one is a massive like this wide TV. And I still have to wear glasses to read the damn thing, but oh well. Far from my best course, but I'll be racing and hopefully not get dropped at the Aqueduct. The Aqueduct will be interesting because I think, obviously that's going to be the selection point. With the new scoring, we'll see. That's where I expect the Bs, the Cat Bs in this category to smash people a little bit. But like I said, Peter ran this earlier. It looked like he had a pretty chill. It looked like it was an agreement to go slow up until like the Aqueduct, and then it chilled out again, and then it went at the end, which really you're not. It's the rollers can be a bit of a hurt spot, but it's not the end of the world. I'm sure you'll be fine, Ethan. I'm sure you will absolutely be fine. A lot of Tron bikes here. Like I said, this course is pretty flat at the end of the day. Like it's like you don't go up a ton. Your big bump is going to be that Aqueduct, and it's 400 meters at 5%. It's quick. It's done. It's a sprint. And then the rollers at the end kind of get people, is kind of where it's at. But we will see. We'll see how it all goes. And again, I don't know if they are given power-ups or they're given power-ups. There's been a couple races where there's been absolutely 0 power-ups. So, we'll see. Fault for me for not reading the description before racing. It's not the end of the world. If you got power-ups, great. If you don't, so be it. Everybody's in the same boat at that point. All I know is that if there is power-ups, it's nice to have that feather going into the climb. Makes a bit of a difference. Arrow and feather, yeah. Surprised he wouldn't throw draft in this. I mean, arrow's great for the finish. If it's a bunch finish, I kind of almost prefer to have the draft sometimes. It really just kind of depends when they go, hey, Brian. We got 32. Yeah, I think you're gonna get dragged back though. That's the thing. I get it. If you want to put some damage in and get some distance and really make the separation big, yes, you're absolutely right. I mean, that's where it'll go. That's where the fireworks will go. Me personally, I just like to lock into somebody and draft at that point. Oh, all right. Almost go time. We have a small group today if we're going with 31. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping I can stay connected that long. I've had some unceremonious dumps the last couple weeks, last 2-3 weeks. We'll see. I felt amazing on Saturday during my outdoor ride though. See if it translates. Yo, Darren. There's easy. There's Ethan. There's Miguel with a ride on.
Ale, 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 ale.
Hopefully his FRR race went well. Hey, Miguel. Hey, Peter. Whew. Whew.
Ale, 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 ale.
Nice, nice. Oh no. My computer's not plugged in. Oh no. Oh dear God. Where are we at? Oh my God. It's not good. 9% power. Whew. It's what we call a Zwift cross. Thanks, Easy. Whew. That's so truly. Ah. Ah. Ah.
What the fuck is this piece of shit?
Whew. Whew. I'll take top 10. That was tough.
I've been working out so hard today that my sleeves fell off. Ah!
Some definitely strong guys in that group. But I think no. There was two guys up the road. When that guy, one guy passed me, I knew it was done for me. I mean, I could have probably stayed for a couple more spots, but we're good. I was very concerned when I got the laptop notification it wasn't plugged in. I thought that was going to be it. Thankfully, I was in good enough position at the top of the aqueduct for that to be a thing. So but not bad. I mean, I'm not going to complain. I know it's I should have easily been up there. Easily. But I got a little cheeky in the intestines. I wanted to push a little bit early, see what kind of response. It was just a bigger response than I expected, that's all. I was kind of hoping to make them push really hard, push through, draft them, get up the last one, and push through. It kind of worked, but not really. And my 15-second power 7 is like, it's mediocre. It should be up at least 3 watts higher than that. So, but there you go. Thanks, Ride Better Cycling. So we'll see. Let's take a look at the finishers. There we got. Good job, Ethan. Ethan in 26th. Easy should be coming in. I know. This is a what do you call it? Under 520. No, this is like I am a mid C at best. Mid-C at best. I'm streaming the same race in about 40 minutes. Nice, nice. Thank you. 350 to 520. I could never remember the groups because they kept on changing them. And to be honest, I'm just in there. Nice, easy. Way to go. Should see your name pop up here in a second. There we go. Easy, 29th. Well done, man. I'm gonna get upgraded soon. Well, I'll say this, like, you get better racing with people that are better than you, right? It's always best to ride with people that are better than you, because you will get pushed into places that if you are allowed, like, to be, the best guy in the thing, you'll sit there. Like, you'll sit there on the front and you'll kind of hang at the pace that it's being pushed, and you're not going to do any more. Unless you really, really want to do a breakaway or something like that. But a lot of times, you're just going to do what it takes to win. You're not going to get pushed into that area that might be a little bit untested. We all have capabilities above what we normally ride. We just have to get pushed into there and but ZRS Cat is an absolute joke. It's across the board. Like, I mean, there are guys that are going to be in these races that are low Cs, and they're going to struggle, because I tell you, there's a lot of races, like when there's climbs, I'm struggling all the way. But it's like I said, whatever pushes you makes you better. Like, this is more fun than doing intervals, to be honest. But probably get somewhat similar results, in the sense that there are times that you are pushed tonight on. And you saw it in this race. Like, there were times on the flats, guys were pushing it. Like, it was doing 3.54. And it, just to kind of stay attached on the flat, that's fast for the flats. Especially everybody knows this course so well. Like, I think it's the TTT for this week, 3:10 for 31 minutes. Nice, very nice. So, I mean, yeah, this is the same route. Like, I mean, if you look at it, it's flat. It's pan flat. Like, look at that. There's like little bumps, 10K. You're still flat. Still flat. You hit that aqueduct at about 13K. And then it's nothing again until the end. And then you have the S's. And they aren't huge. They're enough that you can recover and get back and all that kind of good stuff. It's a good thing. So just so you guys know, with that graphic, I have a video coming out this week on Wednesday, my regular scheduled thing. I will be talking about all these graphics, how they're going to be made available. I kind of want to see them widely used. Sort of my philosophy is, a lot of people that are doing race recons and restreams and race videos and all that kind of stuff, a lot of them just use the elevation maps out of, Zwift hacks or some other things. And hopefully people will like these and utilize them. I'm trying to get all the ZRL ones created before the ZRL season starts, because I know a lot of people will be making their recon videos, as is tradition. And hopefully they'll get utilized at the end of the day. So that comes out on Wednesday. If you're a member of this channel already, whether you've won a membership or not, you'll probably actually see a post already in the community tab, and they're already available to members. So guys like the Ginger Warrior, who member of the, and check out his channel, definitely there. Everybody that raced, Ethan, EZ, awesome to have you in the race, guys. You guys did awesome. It's always great having a bunch of people. Hopefully Miguel is doing well in the FRR. I think he may be streaming right now, potentially, so I'm gonna go check that out. Thanks, Brian. Like I said, they'll be available. Watch for Wednesday's video. And yeah, appreciate it. Everybody over on Twitch, Noise Canceling Headphone, thank you so much. Thanks for the follows over there. We're probably going to be racing this route again on Thursday with the TTT. That's kind of the plan. I have not tried Zwift, Darren. I do Trainer Road. So, you know, I'm not, to be honest, I'm never worried about integration with Zwift for things. Like, if I'm going to ride virtually, if I'm going to do training, I don't need to see the icons or anything like that. I don't need to see the Zwift graphics. I just need a graph because, to be honest, I'm just going to throw on the TV or music and put my head down and do it. It's, but I think that what's going on with Zwift doing Zert, and those of you who haven't heard, IndieVelo has now been acquired by Training Peaks, so George has sold IndieVelo to them. So Training Peaks and IndieVelo are a thing. So, I mean, that's good for anybody that does that kind of training. It's good stuff. I mean, everybody has their particulars, whether they like Zert, whether they like Trainer Road, whether they like Training Peaks, and there's a few other ones out there. Exert, Zert, Exert. Wait, how do you say it? I don't even know. Exert, Zert, Exert. Who knows? I don't use it. It's above my pay grade. I just spin the pedals. It's like I got called out. I always call the, because I'm a Cervelo, a Sphero, because when I get cold, it sounds like a Sphero. So I get called out that all the time. Zert, Zert, Exert, Exert, Exert. I don't know. Anyways, I think it's all good. I think the one thing that Zwift did have a disadvantage is their training plans weren't the best, to be honest. Never felt motivated to do them. What I like about Trainer Road, which I'm on now, is that it incorporates everything. So everything from the weightlifting, if you ever do running, swimming, all that kind of good stuff. It monitors all that and your riding. It does a fairly decent job, I think, of managing those things and managing your schedule. I like the calendar system, but Zert, I don't know. Anyone who calls it Zert deserves to have bird poo on them. That'll be tomorrow then, Lee. We're just going to call it that now just for the sake of it being a thing. Zert. Exert. I don't even know. English is my first language, sadly enough. But there you go. That's what happens when you move too many times. You go from... So I was born in the UK, I was born in Scotland. So I'm from Scotland. I moved to Birmingham. And then I had a really bad Brummie accent. So just be thankful I don't speak like that anymore. So you could maybe actually understand me even though I mispronounce things. And then now I have this North American, Canadian, not quite Canadian accent, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I'm not going to be the poster boy for that company because I will always get it wrong. I'll have to get some vocal training or acting coach in here to get me to get things right. But anyways, guys, I have rambled on enough. You guys have a good night. I will see you potentially Thursday. I don't know if I'll stream the TTT or not. I may or may not. We'll see if I can hook up the Discord. I'm going to check out, see if Miguel's on. Thanks for everybody in the stream. Appreciate all the comments, the cowbells, the grandmothers, all that kind of good stuff. Lee, Darren, Evil, Steph,
Zwift Cycling, Brian, Ride Better Cycling, who's also going to be racing and streaming this, so check that out. Of course, we got EZ and Ethan Keys, who are in the race. Master Polo, everybody, if I've missed you, I apologize. Noise canceling headphones. Appreciate it, guys. Until next time, see ya.